Okay, rice cooker. Now, I was looking at all of the regular kind that you normally think of when you go to Walmart. There's all those types of brands available at Amazon. And yet, I'm thinking that's not the original rice cooker, though. Those are manufactured, really factory printed. These are also manufactured, but they're made by, normally some kind of more of a human process. Uh, these are ceramic and they're pottery and they're earthenware. So if you seek out ceramic, you will find oftentimes those other kinds show up because maybe they have a ceramic insert. But if you want the effect, if you want like a beautiful kitchen, this is a beautiful pot, and apparently this style cooks the rice and a myriad of other things very well. I've been reading, and they do have the secret saying as soon as the steam starts to escape, you start to see the steam, then it's either A, open it, make sure you have enough. If it's not cooked enough, add more water, or B, it's done. So until and with each one, you're going to find out with your particular stove, because some are gas. That you can use these on gas, you can use these on electric cooker tops. You'll find that as you go, you might find there are some that cook a little differently. Others, look, this woman's cooking like a whole huge meal in there. So I'm not saying you would cook the rice with, but you can. You can. That's very common. You find in France that they will cook rice. They'll add like a mixture. It'll be rice and lentils, and even some kind of a minestrone. They'll put all kinds of and flavors all at once into the mix, and then that is what you cook. So they're not separating it and just saying rice only. So you do have that option with these. They're different heights, different sizes, but these are all stove top. And we don't know what's wrong with that woman over there on the left, why she has that funny thing. Now here's one that's very, very colorful, and they're calling it a casserole. It says oven safe. Now I'm already going, what's the deal? Because I did the search specifically for stovetop. So now I'm kind of like, why is that showing up? And this type of thing does happen with Amazon, that it kind of it puts you in some kind of a furioso mode, because this is not looking like a stovetop, and I need it to be stovetop. And here it is. It says cook, bake, marinate. That doesn't mean stovetop. So as cute as that is, this may be just like a Romanov that you put in the oven. And somehow it got itself listed to be a stovetop. So now, unfortunately, with it, yeah, it's just like a baking dish. That's completely different. Because if it's a baking dish only, it will crack. Let's get to the seek out. Yes. Can we look for stovetop? And this, how come it came up on the search? You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Well, so now it is now trying to sell it. Yes, it says it does work perfectly on stove tops. It's engineered to handle diverse heat sources with gas, electric, ceramic stove, and countertop burner. With temperature resistance, given your search for clay hot pot rice recipes, this ceramic excels. Okay, all right, well, I'll bite my tongue on that one, but here it is, and it is passing. the muster. And they do have pictures. I mean, the picture should, oh, I can't read. The picture is there. But sometimes you still should double verify, because this one is showing so many different colors and variations, and yet they really didn't mention stovetop until now. Well, now here's all the pictures. And they can make different varieties. Anyway, so this one definitely, it's very cute. Now, so is your problem with cleaning these, and those other kind are easier to clean? Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you're going, well, I just want to buy that really cheapo kind? Well, these are cheap. And yeah, they probably will only last maybe 3 years and get a crack or something. I don't think they're going to last forever. But I could be wrong with that. I could be wrong. It could be the quality of the pottery as well. I would steer away from the cheaper ones, because I have seen that those, when they arrive, a lot of times they're broken. They're just not packed well, and maybe they're not as high quality. But this, just because this is $52 doesn't mean it's as high as quality. But definitely now it's stovetop. So we are getting very happy with that. However, there is the cleaning process. But think about this. This is the only pot you have for soup, for stew, for rice, for any kind of, you're making a, what do you call it? Some kind of a nice a bouillon soup, anything like this. It's that's all you need. That's not very much. It kind of is like making your kitchen condensed, isn't it? It's just saying, oh, I don't need that pot anymore, and I don't need this pot, and I don't need this other one. Okay, so here it is. It's finally saying oven safe, and it has a teddy bear. Okay, we're very excited. I'm very excited over this now. It's dry fired up to, and I guess that's what they're trying to tell you right there. It's how they fire it in the kiln when they're creating it. So anyway, so this is major, isn't it? It's because in a way it's stable. Because it's not, it's like you're going into your kitchen and going, oh my gosh, I've got to get this pot and that pot. It's just there. One. You can go like the old way, like with the cast iron set, the cast iron skillet set, which I have. And I use the baby one for rice often. But you can go that route. But these are really beautiful, aren't they? They're very beautiful. And so when you just have that sitting on your counter in the kitchen, it's not an eyesore. Because you think about all of the pots and pans, they can be really eyesores, can't they? And so no, this is not necessarily a skillet, but you can use it. You could, cut onions or garlic and a little bit of oil in the bottom of this, and you could do a little quick stir fry before you're making and adding all of the pasta into it, the pasta into your pasta or whatever. And yes, it's heavier, and yes, it will be more prone to, oh, I dropped it, and I broke it. So it does have that feasibility, but yet it's gorgeous, isn't it? It's gorgeous. So I know I did this one at first because I couldn't figure it out, but I really do like this one. It has a lot of different features to it. Now there's other ones like this cheaper one style. This is the one I'm saying just kind of be wary, because I don't know if it's going to really last you a long time. Look at that one. You also have to think of the look of it. That is so gorgeous. Just hanging out in your kitchen. That's beautiful. And when not in use, you could use it for other things. But when not in use, would mean you're not eating. So in a way, it's going to be a pot that sits on your stovetop like all the time. What's in there? Is there something cooking? Is there something that's been cooked recently? Do I just have to clean this out? And then how am I going to clean this out? Are you going to just wipe it down? You see some people they just use like a special little towel and they wipe it down. And you have others that really go into the sink to wash and scrub. So that's going to be up to you how you like to cook. But really think about this version as a breakout, a break away from the mandatory, because the rice cookers right nowadays are practically mandatory to be that other style, the electric plug-in, where you push it and you walk away. Well, with this, no, you still have to go get up out of your chair and look for steam. That's all. That's all you have to do is get up out of your chair ever so often and look for steam. So it is possible. And there are so many people that swear by these as the better tasting rice. Superior tasting rice. And not just rice, other things as well. So anyway, I hope I sold this one to you. I think they're really beautiful. There's an unglazed one. So I guess we're going to run back to the teddy bear really quick. Where's the teddy bear? Oh my God, we love the teddy bear. He's just too cute. All right, thumbs up. And I guess these are Japanese or Chinese or Asian. This one is saying it's Japanese. You can get these at Amazon for like $200 also. So you can keep going up in price. But this is a really cool one. Thank you for listening.